That's a thing. It is Friday, December the 20th, and this is episode 0.51.
Almost a year.
Almost a year. Drew fast.
Yeah, hold on. I've got to move it. All right, there we go. I'm Kevin.
He's Raylith.
That's me.
And that's Nolan.
Yeah. Okay.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, it's no. See, on Saturday, I want to do the best of the year recording, so we can talk about all the stuff that was good and or bad this year. But for now, I was just going to do
the regular garbage.
Yeah, non-best of the year things. So if you think about something that's really good and you want to say that was the best X of Y, you got to save it. So we get all the dregs out of the way in this one. All the dregs.
All the garbage first and then...
Yeah, you get the garbage and then you get the good stuff. That's how it works.
Okay. Don't we have to start with old people stuff first?
Well, no, it's fine. This is still old people. It just has to be. It just has to prevent the children from listening. It doesn't. So it's been cold. I don't like it.
Did you read the article by Ultra David?
No. What article?
Yeah, so Ultra David wrote an article about COPA and the implications of it.
Oh, summarize it.
So the biggest issue, the biggest takeaway is YouTube's implementation of, putting the onus on creators doesn't use the same language as the actual act. Yeah, so you can get in trouble via YouTube stuff, but it's still not actually what the law says.
Oh, so it's more the thing that YouTube will pass the buck down to you while not trying to break the for real law.
Yeah. But it's still mostly they did a really poor job of implementing all this stuff. And they should have given creators more ability to control and manage and flag their own channels in appropriate ways.
Well, of course, the crux of it is you don't want a beer commercial on a kids show, and you don't want that's they couldn't allow someone to say yes, no adult ads on my channel. Also, don't target children for ads. But YouTube was nah, I love it. I will sell that we're targeting children with ads.
No
more. In not child news, I've been weirdly fascinated, with thinking about going to go see Cats because I hear it's a disaster.
Oh yeah, I have heard that. It's just I don't know who the art director was for that movie.
It looks ghoulish, and that's what's interesting. I heard Idris Elba's cat form described as sleep paralysis come to life. And I was like, okay.
I still have the issue of I keep thinking I don't know if it's the main character cat or what, but one of those cats looks like Anne Hathaway, and I know Anne Hathaway is not in that movie.
I agree. It's like the main white cat. Is that
yes.
The one? Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. It's so strange. I want because I've heard. We're in it deep enough. It's fine. So Star Wars, I've heard is just the most bland, safest thing you could have done. From all the reviews, where
I haven't, I've just avoided it. I have no interest in that movie. I was just now looking at the Wikipedia just for the spoilers
Yeah, well, don't spoil it.
But I don't even think I care enough to see what the spoilers are.
I'm going to watch the Red Letter Media review because their Star Wars reviews are always great. But like I said on my Twitter, if I had to pick between Star Wars and Cats, I'm going Cats. I don't want to see either, but Cats seems like a delightful trash fire that I need to know.
Then
Yeah, it's way more enjoyable.
Because you're gonna see something weird and like a failure. Also, because Drew poisoned me, I've been noticing how much I've been saying like. I'm trying not to, but it's my verbal safety blanket, and I can't help it. I hate it.
Yeah, you missed it last week, Nolan. I finally pulled the rug out from under Kevin, where if you pay attention, if you listen to any of these, Kevin drops the word like 1,000 times per episode.
It's way more than my.
I'm nice enough not to bring it up.
Oh, it's okay. It's way more than my stream, and I think it's because I'm trying to, there you go. Say things unprovoked. Where in my stream I can talk about whatever's happening in the video game, so I don't have to make a comparison reference point. I can simply say the team fight is going well. I have 2 shadows. I can go for 3 to get the damage boost. But when I'm just me staring at a wall, the brain wanders. And sometimes it doesn't wander in a good spot. However,
we're coming up on a year, and enough improvements have to happen for Kevin eventually to make this a number 1. So we got to start ripping off those bandages and point out the glaring flaws.
Yeah.
You gotta take her to the shop, give her a full overhaul.
Oh man, I'm not thrilled about that. There's a lot of things in the coming year. I could talk about that here because that's not going to be the best of the year that I need to do. I'm gonna have to do custom stream notifications. I'm gonna have to do stuff, and I just don't want to.
Okay. Let me talk about that Horfo animation that I made.
Oh yeah, which I do appreciate, and I thank you for making that. I just like using my own stuff.
I do not understand. I know there was an alpha channel set whenever I was pumping those out, and I was shooting those out I would export it, I would move the crown up a pixel, I would export it, I would move the crown up a pixel, and so on. And I think that animation was 120 frames. So I had done that 120 times for it then to coalesce into, there's a white background, it's worthless trash.
Yeah! Welcome to digital art. That's what it's all about. Oh, there's there's things when you've been drawing on something and the nightmare scenario of turns out you were in the sketch layer even though you were doing line art, and you click on that remove sketch layer and all the drawing goes away and your heart dies. It's a nightmare, and you're just all that time is now gone. And then there's the even worse variation when you're on the right layer and you click and you turn off that sketch layer, and then the art turns real bad, and you're like, oh no. What? Because all the sketchiness, the brain filled in the gaps, but once all those gaps have been removed, you're just staring at your own ineptitude, and it feels horrible. That's why the old comic Mega Tokyo was always sketchy, because whenever you clean it up, bad things can happen to your art real fast. Real fast.
Yeah, if it's just the sketch, it gives it more energy. If it's just the sketch, it just gives it more energy. And like you say, your brain is picking the line of best fit for these sketch lines.
Yeah, you're doing the gestures, which is always I always had problems with when I was in my limited time doing art school. That as you can see with my amazing drawing skills, did not last for super long. But man, I had troubles. That's a weird thing. I doing art because it drains on you in a different way than physical work. It's because you have to be creative all the time, but you're also having to be manually working. It's hard to express. When you're just doing a manual task, your brain can shut off and some part of you can rest. But when you're doing a drawing, it's all on all the time. Are you guys still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
Oh. Okay, something. Hold on. Okay, say something.
Is it us or is it Audacity?
Hold on. Pause for a second. We're resuming. My phone just decided to turn off the speaker and just decided.
Did you actually pause? Did you pause Audacity for that, or
Yeah.
is all that on the? Okay.
No, it's paused.
That's weird.
I paused it. There'll be a brief cut, and now it's been explained. The mystery, the legend of the hidden temple, has been fully revealed. Oh, Mark.
Okay.
Listen, I liked Legend of Hidden Temple, but I was more of a Guts kid.
I wanted a piece of the aggro crag.
I wanted a piece of the aggro crag too.
Even though I know the thing was just a hunk of plastic and styrofoam, but I wanted it because didn't it glow? Wasn't it glow in the dark?
Yeah. It's fucking awesome.
And the one I always wanted to do was where they were on bungees, when they were on like bungee jumps, and they had like a Nerf bow and arrow, and they'd have to jump on the ground, jump up, and then shoot a target. That was always the one where I'm like, that event looks sick.
Yeah, I never watched Guts that much.
Can we just bring back like kids
Game shows.
game shows?
There is. All right,
Did Guts have the mirrored marble maze you would have to do?
It sounds like something that would be in Guts.
Did Mark Summers host Guts?
No.
I know he did Double Deer 2000, but I feel like he hosted something else too.
He hosted like, you can't say it wasn't, you can't hit what would you do? Or it had the pie coaster. Whichever one had the pie coaster. That's the one he hosted. And I remember because they had like the prize wall. And the key to the prize wall was you'd either get a prize or you'd get a pie in the face. And none of the kids figured out that you'd always go for one of the prizes at the very top because they would just throw a hat. So it's a safe, guaranteed hat instead of getting nothing. I remember that.
Yeah, but I don't want just a hat. I would rather have the experience of the pie and the story that comes with it than just a hat.
But with the hat, you get something. Yeah,
okay, Kevin, please tell me the story about the time you won the hat versus the time you were pied in the face by Mark Summers.
Okay, I got, but you can still keep your hat. You can show off that hat and said, I beat the system. I defeated you, Mark Summers.
I'm smart.
But who cares about the pie? The pie is not as good as the hat. You go all in on hat.
Story.
I'd have to taste the pie first to decide if I want the pie or the hat.
Leave a comment in the comments below if you would choose hat or pie.
I'm on Team Hat. Team Hat all the way. Safe hat. It's the safe bet. I think that says a lot about your personality type. Would you go for the guaranteed hat, or would you take the risk and get the pie, or get like a duffel bag, whatever they were shoveling?
Yeah, I could go to the gym with that duffel bag, work off all that pie fat.
I wish I could remember what that show was called. I want to say it was What Would You Do?
I don't know.
I'm not going to fact check. Fact checking ruins the podcast. I will not do it, even though I crave it. I crave it.
That's what the listeners are here for. They'll fact check for us.
Yeah. So they are making a new Star Wars themed like game show for Disney Plus. That is happening.
So I'm just looking up Mark Summers' work history.
Oh, you'll find it. What would be cool?
Does anyone? Sorry, does anyone actually care about Star Wars anymore?
Yeah,
Yes, people do. Man, I worked with a guy who, get this, was also very excited for the Cats movie, and is still super big on like the Star Wars.
I've been playing Jedi Fallen Order, and Jedi Fallen Order is really solid. That game is great. It's good Star Wars. It's interesting.
That is not the right Mark Summers. Did you know?
No, I'm not looking.
British record producer.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
That's him.
Was it?
Okay.
It's the Food Network show.
It's spelled with a C.
Yeah, he did that Food Network show where he just talked about candy.
Unwrapped.
Yeah, that's how you find him. That's how you unravel it. That's how you unwrap the clues. Was it Mark Summers?
There's a section on his Wikipedia page that's just titled Health.
I remember I knew Howie Mandel was a big like health like germaphobe. I always suspected Mark Summers was one too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he apparently has obsessive compulsive disorder.
I could see that. And unfortunately, you went on Nickelodeon.
For him working Double Dare.
Yeah, exactly. You went on like, okay, Mark Summers, you have a phobia of germs and things. So what you're going to need to do is go to this giant nose filled with child goo and fake snot and child snot because they're in there. And you got to like shake hands with this kid as he's like just coming out all diseased. You gotta give that kid a trip to like Martha's Vineyard or whatever.
That is such a crappy prize for a cut.
All of their prizes were bad.
I think most of it was like, hey, here's a trip to Orlando, which you're already at.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's like, the like parents are like, can we just use this to reimburse the trip we're on?
No. And it's not even to the trip. It's like it's like $500 of a trip rebate. Okay, so I was going to talk about the Star Wars game show.
Important thing for our listeners at home to know, you can go to marksummerstv.com and find out his current work.
Oh. Yeah, but that makes sense. All right, so here's my pitch for the Star Wars game show is that it's like Legends of the Hidden Temple, but instead of the Temple Guardians, there's a man who may, I don't know, they can get him, Hayden Christensen, he's not working, and he dresses up as Anakin, and he has to kill the youngling, so you must escape Order 66 to get your prize. So as you're trying to solve puzzles, Darth Vader with the lightsabers coming for you, and you can see him all like in the makeup, and you see that's your time limit.
No, I like it better where you're in so you can't see him, you just see the red lightsaber approaching.
Oh yeah, and they have other childs they're getting piped in. So like you're here, we're putting you directly in that childhood moment where Anakin kills the younglings. You must escape. That'd be sick.
I don't know. I can't even force enthusiasm for a joke Star Wars show. That's how little I care about Star Wars.
See,
now.
I've been somewhat weirdly renewed because the Jedi Fallen Order game is very good. They made Star Wars Metroid Prime.
I think
Well,
so.
no, Kevin. The problem with Star Wars is the movie.
Yeah, I agree with that. The movies
Problem.
are I haven't been interested in the movies since I'm so Star Wars as what TV Ellen alumni Rich Evans has stated many times is for their movies is so tame and limited and safe. Because remember, Solo, a Star Wars story, the original directors were Lord Miller.
Yeah.
We could have had a Clone High into the Spider-Verse-esque, even 21 Jump Street, which I liked. Did any of you guys see that movie?
Yeah,
I've heard good things.
It's really good. It's if you would expect Lord and Miller to direct 21 Jump Street, it's about what you would expect. It was funny. It was a little bit heartwarming. I haven't seen 22 Jump Street. So
it's not as good.
Yeah, but that first one was pretty good. And we could have had that for Star Wars. We could have had just made it secretly Clone High. You had clones. You have a setting with clones. Attack of the Clone High.
A kid.
Yeah, no, that was the hard line Disney drew us when they kept trying to push for a JFK in their movie, and Disney would not allow it.
Why does Han Solo look like John F. Kennedy? He's talking exactly like him. Fire up the warp drive.
Yoda just going.
It's just Abe.
I'm seeing the Clone Army going flip to the bridge. They did.
Chewbacca's just Abe.
Yeah. Now Chewbacca would be Gandhi. Or
No, I think that'd be Lando.
no, yeah, I could see it. That'd be like in his wilder days.
Genghis Khan would be Chewbacca.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
You
there you go.
nailed it. You nailed it. Oh man. Did I talk about watching the Lego movie?
No.
I don't think so.
I like the Lego
The
movie.
original one?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, I don't really. It's that movie's okay until it goes to the live action part.
I thought that the live action part made some of the scatterbrained part first of it made sense. I'm disappointed to hear that they reused the same gimmick for Lego Movie 2, where it's literally same movie, but it's sister and brother instead of father and son. And I was like, okay, I see what you did there.
The problem with the live action part is I think it's just ham-fisted and unnecessary. But B, but the Legos are still alive during that part.
That's weird. I agree.
So it's like this weird mixed message of it's all supposed to be a pretend game, but no, also the pretend game they were playing was actually also the people these Legos actually are.
Your children's movie has now given me an existential crisis as an adult. What is
It's not even
real?
that to me. It's just a mixed and muddled message to me.
Easily explained. Have you ever seen Food Fight?
Yes. Yes. So Emmett is Dex Dog Detective. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I've never seen that movie, and I don't really plan to.
I wouldn't.
It's for some reason the food characters are in their own world at the same time. I don't know. And then they just go with it.
Is it higher or lower quality than the opening to the Nut Shack?
Lower.
Lower.
the Nut Shack has a vision, and it succeeds on that vision. Food Fight is one of those things where I feel it's evil, because the moral of Food Fight is you should pay full price for food, and if you buy store brand, you're bad. Kids, don't buy store brand. Buying store brand tuna is bad. You need to buy that StarKist tuna.
Dude, listen, kids love Persona 4. They gotta support their boy Charlie Tuna.
Yeah, they need to know. Like Mr. Clean, because kids are craving that. Like, why would your kid buy Kroger brand or dollar store brand paper towels when you can get that Mr. Clean?
Do you remember? Okay, A, Mr. Clean doesn't sell paper towels, Kevin. B, do you remember the old brawny guy? Do you remember the whole thing of, like, they had a brawny guy passing the torch thing?
Yeah, was that new? Oh, and I do not remember. I get Brawny mixed up with Mr. Clean.
But they did it the Nintendo way, where they're like, here's the new brawny guy, but don't worry, old brawny guy will still be around. He's not around no more.
Listen, new brawny guy, old brawny guy isn't going to get Reggie's in the house. That's for sure. They said it like 5 times. I'm like, I get it. Reggie's in the house.
Okay, so why did they keep teasing Reggie, and then Reggie comes out there, and Nintendo doesn't even say anything new, and then it goes away? Also, he was wearing like an
Nintendo.
I know, but stop teasing it, Jeff. Oh, those Game Awards were terrible. They were terrible.
They were awful. Yeah, I didn't watch them.
You made the correct decision.
I make every year.
What if they release the new?
Yeah, you need to see Vin Diesel and
drunken Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, Michelle Rodriguez wasted pitching their hot new PlayStation 3 launch title, Fast and the Furious.
I'm sorry, PlayStation 2 launch title?
To me that felt more PlayStation 3 launch title. Like it was a cross-gen game. It was released on both PS2 and PS3. This is like the enhanced PlayStation 2 version that we were getting. Oh.
So true, there's going to be a Fast in the game. It's going to take store shelves by storm.
That game feels so bad because they don't. The best Fast and the Furious video game is Saints Row the Third. That is the proper tone of the Fast and the Furious, where you have this kind of no-name street gang and they're fighting G.I. Joes and stuff, and their reason of how they're able to deal with all this combat is we stole cars on the street. That's it.
There's also GTA Online.
That's like internet streamer. I never played GTA Online. I don't get it.
But I watched if you watch I had premium last year for Giant Bomb, so that was thankfully I caught the disaster train wreck that was their GTA Online video series, which was apparently a nightmare for them to make. For instance, when they started them, these all came out after Red Dead 2.
Is that the one with the clip where Vinny or Alex is trying to get into a car that's just freaking out all over the place?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But to give you a sense of how long it took the editing and processing these videos, we get to hear Vinny talking about A, still playing the Division 1, and B, Dan talking about being excited for Red Dead 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
my.
This is a very long and hard process for them to make those videos.
I can see it. There's a lot of footage you got to capture and splice and whatever.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested in it.
But those games are a lot of goal heist things going down where like your whole team will be assigned, okay, we need to do this,
Yeah.
these tasks, and 2 of you on this, and we need 2 of you on this. So, and if you're not both hitting what you need to be doing, then you fail the mission.
You get people yelling at you constantly. Why aren't you doing that? I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
Like a
The
real
best
heist.
is like the best is when you go off a ramp and it's like, okay, and I jump, and how do I open my parachute? And the ground's coming up fast, and you're hitting all the buttons, and nothing's opening that parachute.
Yeah, I guess GTA controls have been terrible. They've been terrible since 3. But you played them because
Yeah.
I
Rockstar
would.
does not look at what everyone else is doing for system mechanics. They just innovate their mechanics themselves.
Yeah. LA Noire was cool though. I still really like LA Noire. That may be my favorite.
Walker's in that game?
Yeah, he is. LA Noire is probably my favorite Rockstar game. I love that game.
I'd have to go with Bully.
Bully is a game I never played. I watched a playthrough of it, which is going to be a category of best game. Yeah, I said that last week. Best game you didn't actually play this year.
Yeah.
There's some high contenders for that one. But yeah, Bully always seemed interesting.
Yeah, Vice City's the only Rockstar game I've ever played.
It's a good one. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Vice City's good.
I had forgotten that era of games where you drive across a bridge and a load screen happens.
Pops up.
Yeah. I liked San Andreas a lot.
Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, you like that hot coffee?
Yeah, that's what I was into. I was in. Oh, that's such a not nothing. But yo, San Andreas was cool. That was one of those.
Okay, about that, and like everyone outright, they're having sex, and then I actually see it, I'm like, oh, this is nothing.
Yeah, it's like you're rubbing 2 Barbie dolls together.
Two fully clothed models together.
Yeah. What was cool about San Andreas is it hit me when I was still in high school and had effectively infinite time, and that game is around 50 plus hours, so it just didn't end. And I was at the point of my life where I was like, yeah, the game just keeps on going. It's like 3 Grand Theft Autos in one. Whereas if you tried to sell me on that right now, I would never play it. I would never play a game.
You mean GTA Online?
I would
Wait,
say
Kevin,
no, just like
saying
story
you
wise.
have to constantly keep working out, or else you get fat.
Yeah. You had to
that
balance your food intake, so you got to keep them ripped, and then you wear your tracksuit, of course. Why wouldn't you?
Biggie more than 2-pack.
Nah, because you need to be able to sprint.
But I like Biggie more than. And besides, I thought real gangsters don't run for shit because they can't run fast.
But this
It's
game you
right there
did.
in the song. It is in the song, Kevin.
I min-maxed the Grove Street's leader, CJ. I needed to do it. And as you find out, spoilers for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Oh,
Big Smoke was behind it all.
son of a bitch.
It was him the entire time. It was Big Smoke and policeman Samuel L. Jackson. They were the ones who betrayed you.
Wait, Big Smoke sounds a lot like Snoke.
Oh, man. Oh, that'd be incredible. that level of stupid would make me so happy. That would subvert my expectations. Where if Snoke took off a mask and revealed PlayStation 2 Big Smoke, it was like, it's me, CJ. I'd be like, oh man, this movie's going places. Star Wars is now nuts.
If it did that, greatest movie franchise ever.
Oh, of course. Of all time.
Totally redeemed.
All time. Disney, you're welcome to take any franchise. Like, if Disney did that, they can have anything. because they know what they're doing.
Kevin, they already can.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a leaked thing where they talked about it going like off the rails and stupid crap?
Oh, that was leaked before. That was where J.J. Abrams had a quote of saying what to do with Star Wars, and it was basically him just saying, fuck it. I don't know. I don't care. But now we're getting effectively the most generic, bland ending you could have possibly imagined. And I will not spoil it.
Executives have a checklist, and they're making sure JJ plays by it.
And I'm not going to spoil it. There's no Star Wars spoilers. It seems that the leaks, some of them were in fact super true, which is disappointing. However, yeah, maybe hope springs eternal. Now that these are over, we can expect good things in the future. Oh!
Imagine a Die Hard movie set in Star Wars.
Imagine a Star Wars movie set in So, I made a comic.
I thought you were going to say set in Die Hard.
That's
Wait,
also cool.
Besides me,
What?
The Mandalorian.
I haven't.
I didn't watch it.
I haven't seen it.
And it's definitely a good watch because it's Star Wars without Star Wars.
Well, of
It's
course.
the universe.
It seems...
See, I saw everyone jumping on it and saying how good it was, so I just assumed standard internet thing. It was a 3 out of 5, maybe a 2.5 out of 5.
Do you know what makes the... Do you see the newest one?
Yeah.
Like that where Judge Dredd doesn't take his mask off and he's very serious and stoic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your main character. He barely talks. You never see his face. He's very serious about his job.
So it's like the best episodes of the Star Wars Clone Wars cartoon where it was just about the clone troopers. Because
Exactly.
every episode where it's not about the Jedi and it's just about the clone troopers doing work is the best episode of the show. It's so good. Oh, I really liked that CG Clone Wars cartoon. It's just a shame that the... Dread's good. It's just a shame that CG Clone Wars cartoon they decided to air the pilot, which was terrible, in theaters. So people's first exposure was that show at its worst. At its absolute worst. Because it got really good.
Stupid time travel and dumb lightsaber helicopter.
Oh, Rebels had some interesting ideas that was never used really. It also felt way more for kids. It felt there's not enough people there. They did not have my favorite Star Wars moment, which I've talked about a lot and I'll continue to talk about because this is my show and I get it.
Obi-Wan is in a moral quandary as his former love is held hostage.
Yeah. And he's having what are you going to do? Are you going to hold the Jedi Order or do you succumb to your passion and save the day? And then as the villain's giving a speech, Anakin just kills the guy, the villain, and goes, what? Completely non-issue. It's perfect.
And then he's so proud of himself.
Yeah, and he's and you see in one moment both why the Jedi Order failed and why Anakin left, because he was not a Jedi, but the Jedi were defeated because they were problems such as that would just ruin them. Where it's oh, I don't know what my order or my thing, and Anakin's nah, just kill him, he's bad. Yeah, I did it. What's wrong? It was such a good moment because Obi-Wan was kind of shocked and horrified at Anakin, even though his former love was saved. It's why did you do that? It's I did it. It's easy.
Yeah, good job, Master. We got him.
Yeah, that's why your order is flawed. Your whole thing is having a problem. I think the biggest problem with the Jedi Order is that
my biggest issue with the CG Star Wars cartoon is that the Jindy Tarkovsky Star Wars cartoon also exists.
Oh, well, yeah, that one is a complete replacement for the second movie. You don't even need to see it. You just watch that one. And then if you want to see some more stuff, you find someone more nerdy than me that gives you a watch list of the CG cartoon.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up because I gotta stream. So.
Oh.
Why don't you just stream this?
No, I don't want to stream this. I'm just gonna, because I gotta do team fight tactics.
Hey Kevin, where are you streaming at?
Oh, I stream 3 days a week at twitch.tv/virtualraylith. That's twitch.tv/virtualraylith. I say, now because of Twitch points, you can watch my stream and then redeem them for your own Horfo for 24 hours. You spend 100.
Can I point out that you said
Yeah.
you have to stream Team Fight?
Yeah.
It's not you're going to stream Team Fight
Yeah.
or let alone get to stream Team Fight.
Yeah.
It's you have to stream Team Fight.
Yeah. That's correct. I
don't know. It's just the enthusiasm is not there.
It is. It's just not there today. Because I've been doing really well in Team Fight. I'm figuring out the new meta. The new champion. The new champion added in there is really cool. They added Lucian and, I don't know, cool black girl with big gun. She's really good. She shoots a gun. What?
It's a little bit that I have work on Thursday and Sunday, so it's harder for me to watch those streams. But it's also Thursday stream, I have zero interest in watching at all.
Oh, I don't blame you. That's the one where when Wooly was saying, I do one for them, one for us, and one for me. Teamfight Tactics is the one for me. That's the one. That's my own vanity project, and I mostly do it because I always seem to win at least once or twice on stream. During the week when I play the game, I don't win, but when I stream it, just
you get that power up.
Yeah, it's because I'm forced to pay full attention to the game.
Big energy.
Yeah, all the energy.
We're holding our hands up in the air.
Yep.
To you.
Thank you.
Yeah, give that Genki Dama.
Yeah, I'll get it and then get the light bonus, which isn't very good. You want to go druid anyway. Bye. That's the end. It's over.
Bye.